Hi everyone, this is Dave from Geekanoids, and this is the second video in my series of coverage on the HTC Flyer. Now if you haven't already seen my previous video, which was an unboxing and product tour, please head on over to the Geekanoids main channel page and you can find it there. Now in this video I'm going to be showing you the stylus or pen that comes with the HTC Flyer. This is it here. Really nicely engineered metal construction pen. Feels very nice to hold. It's nice and light as well. It's got a nice tip here that has got a little bit of movement in it. It's got a couple of buttons here which I'm going to experiment with and show you what they do. And then it's also got an unscrew tip here which you have to place in the supplied AAA battery. I've already put my one in here, and this is supplied with the stylus. So let's screw this back on. Now before I actually show you the stylus in action, I just want to show you a couple of little things with the Flyer. We've got a touch sensitive area down the bottom here on the black bezel, and they're backlit sort of areas for home, menu, backwards and the stylus. And if we switch around into landscape mode, they actually move, so we've still got access to home, menu, back, and of course the stylus one in this corner as well. So I just wanted to show you that they do move and they do work in either landscape or portrait orientation. So to use the stylus, we tap on the little icon here, and we've got options here. We can either tap this icon here, which takes a screenshot of the device, and then we can save it, share it, print it or discard it. Now the funny thing is, I go to tap discard with the stylus. You can't do that. You have to either get rid of the stylus or use your other finger and tap on discard. So that's a little bit of a shame, but let's tap on it again and go into the notebook mode. Now these notebooks actually work with Evernote, and they're really quite cool, so you can stay synchronized between devices if you use an Evernote account, or you can just store your notes on the HTC Flyer itself. Now another thing that's weird is that I can't tap on these keys here, and I can't tap on these photo, attachment, record, calendar or plus icons here. So again, you have to sort of put the stylus to one side and tap these with your finger if you want to actually type text or set a memo recording. So let's just do this. Just type test note in here, and we will tap return. Now that that's done, we can get rid of the keyboard, and I'll show you some of the little features you can do with this stylus. So we tap on stylus here, and we get all of these different sort of tools pop up. So I can actually select which tool I want to use. So we will use this one, and we can start writing on the screen. I can switch to this one and it changes how it behaves. I can switch again to a finer tip, and I can switch again to a fibre tip, and again to a different one, and you get the idea. So there's all different pens you can choose from. Now whilst I'm in a pen, I can actually tap on options, and in here I can change the colour. So I could perhaps go to a blue pen, or that colour, or this colour, or this colour. And I can also tap on this middle one, go back to the different selection of tools, and I could perhaps draw on this one and have an ink pen or calligraphy pen, which is really nice. Or I can tap on this one, and this actually changes the size of the currently selected drawing tool, so I can change this up to a big size tip or right down to a very thin tip. So you've got a lot of control over different pens and sort of different thicknesses and different colours. So it's really quite cool. Let's go back out to the menu. We can go back one step, and this is sort of like an undo. It's a multiple undo, or we can redo by tapping on this one. I can also hide my doodles by tapping the eye, and then bring them back by tapping the eye again, or I can get rid of all of them by tapping the trash can. Now these particular bits up here, I'm going to have to get rid of the stylus to activate these. I can actually tap on the camera, and this will actually start the camera going, and it's working on the rear facing camera at the moment. or I can switch it round into the front facing camera and you can see me doing my review. So this is for taking snapshots and including sort of photographs and images within your notes. I can also add attachments. I can also add voice memos and start it recording. So it's recording now. You can see the countdown timer going at the top of the screen. Let me just give you a close-up of that. So we've got the counter going there for recording the memo via the built-in microphones, and I can tap again to actually set that as a recorded memo, and that assigns that to the page I'm actually working on. I can push play, and let's give it some volume actually so that we can hear the note.
Counter going there for recording the memo via the built-in microphones, and
let's play that again.
Starts it recording, so it's recording now. You can see the countdown timer going at the top of the screen.
So that's really good, so you can actually have voice memos associated with your notes. And then I've also got a calendar function here, and this shows my agenda of what notes I've taken or what events I've got, and I can go back and I can also tap the plus button and that starts a new note. Something I didn't touch on that previous note is you can enter a title right at the top. So it's a really nice note-taking application. It's nice that you can draw on the screen. It's a very accurate stylus actually, and does allow for some very sort of accurate and thin lines. So it'd be great for if you're having to illustrate something, perhaps with a diagram, or perhaps you're going to be drawing a pie chart of some sort and you want to sort of demonstrate something to somebody. I'm rubbish at drawing. Here we go, let's go to colours, and we could colour this portion in a different colour and make a quick sort of sketch. That is a really bad bit of drawing. Let's try and make that look a little bit better. Colour that in with a thicker pen. So you get the idea anyway. You can sort of use it to illustrate various things. Shame there's not a fill function. You can't actually just fill in a solid colour. But that said, I can see this being of some use for making notes on the screen. This was my quick look at the stylus. Oh, I didn't touch on what these buttons were. Let's see what these do, because I couldn't find any documentation on these. So let's try holding that. So if I hold that button in, the stylus doesn't work, and when I let go it does. And the other button, if I hold that in, it becomes an eraser. Does the other end work for erasing? No, it doesn't. That works for scrolling. So one is for drawing, or sorry, no buttons in is for drawing. Hold it in and it stops, and then hold the other one in and it turns into an eraser. So really cool. It's got some nice features, and as I started to say, this has probably got some good uses for illustrating your sort of documents and notes that you're going to make on the HTC Flyer. Well, thanks very much for watching. Please do keep tuned into the Geekanoids channel. Please subscribe, because there's going to be plenty more coverage on the HTC Flyer over the coming days. Until next time, I'll see you in the next video.